Hi, and welcome to English-Fabule. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
Many people feel bored sometimes. Maybe you feel bored too. It is a feeling that is very common today. Boredom is not just a small, simple feeling. It can be painful. It can make us feel bad inside. It is an emotion that is happening more and more for people. Even though we have many things to do and see now, people often feel bored. But maybe boredom is not always bad. This feeling might be very important. It might be a key to living a life that feels better and has more purpose. It can help us find new and good things. This might sound surprising because boredom feels unpleasant. Let's think about life like a trip in a car on a dark road. This idea can help us understand boredom better. On this road trip, two things are very important for our car. First, there are the lights on the front of the car. These are like our attention. Attention helps us see where we are going. It helps us focus on things. Second, there is the fuel in the car's tank. This fuel is like our sense of meaning and purpose in life. Meaning and purpose help us want to move forward. They give us energy to do things. Our attention, the lights, and our meaning, the fuel, work together. They help us choose our way on the road of life. They help us decide what to do and where to go. But what happens if the fuel in the car's tank starts to get low? What happens if our sense of meaning or purpose is low? The car might stop moving. This is like feeling bored in life. When our fuel runs low, we feel bored. We feel stuck and do not know where to go or what to do. We lose our energy to pay attention to things around us. 2. What is boredom? Boredom is a feeling many people know, but it is more than just having nothing to do. Experts who study this say boredom is a signal. It is like your brain is telling you something important. It means your mind feels a lack of meaning. It tells us we need to change what we are doing because it does not feel satisfying. Boredom pushes us to find something different. When you are bored, time can feel very slow. It is hard to keep your focus on one thing. You might feel restless or like you are trapped in the present moment. There is a feeling of not being able to do anything that feels important or stimulating. This feeling can be very uncomfortable and even painful. It is a strong emotion, not a small one. Think about a story shared by an expert. A man worked a simple job, turning mailbags inside out all day to check for letters. It was the same thing again and again, with no end. One day, while doing this job, this man started to cry. This shows how deep boredom can be. It felt like the eternal return of the same, just repeating. He felt stuck in a job that had no progression, no real purpose for him beyond the simple action. The person telling this story also felt this deep, uncomfortable feeling sometimes. On a Saturday afternoon, with free time available, a dark feeling would arrive. It led to questioning everything in life, feeling angry for not doing things that felt more meaningful. At first, this person did not think this feeling was boredom. It felt more like being sad or restless, or maybe something else was wrong. But now they know this deep, uncomfortable state is also boredom. Experts call it an emotional state with effects on the mind and body. It is a feeling that your abilities are not being used well, a sense of meaning withdrawal. Because boredom is uncomfortable, many people have a fast way to feel better. This quick fix is often a small computer device we keep in our pocket, the phone. Using a phone, looking at social media, watching videos, or playing games can numb the feeling of boredom for a short time. It gives quick distraction and instant entertainment. This is a common reaction. It is like a reflex action to make the bad feeling stop. But is this quick fix truly helpful in the long run? It stops the uncomfortable feeling, but it does not always help us find the deeper meaning that our brain might be signaling us to seek. 3. Why we feel bored. Boredom is not simply feeling tired or having nothing to do. It is a deeper signal from inside us. Scientists and experts say that boredom is a biological signal from the brain. It developed a long time ago, perhaps helping humans survive and grow. It is a natural part of being human, just like feeling hungry or thirsty. This signal is like a warning light. It tells us that our current experience is not satisfying us enough. It means our brain is saying, "Hey, what you are doing is not enough. You need something different." Different parts of the brain work together to send this message. This feeling pushes us to change our situation. It makes us want to look for new activities, new goals, or new ideas. We feel a strong desire to do something different, to find something more interesting. Why do humans need this signal? It is because we need more than just basic things to live, like food, water, and shelter. We have a special need for purpose and meaning in our lives. We want our lives to feel important. We want our actions to have a reason. When we are bored, it often means this need for purpose is not being met. It is a feeling that something important is missing from our lives. So boredom helps us find this missing meaning. It makes us feel uncomfortable until we look for something more engaging or important. This feeling has pushed humans for thousands of years to explore and change their world. This natural push from boredom helps humans be creative. When our minds are not fully busy, they can wander and explore new ideas. We might imagine different possibilities for our lives or the world. We can create new things like art, music, stories, or inventions. Boredom can be the start of something new and interesting. Boredom also helps humans work together. We are social creatures. We find meaning in connecting with others. We build groups and communities. We share ideas and goals. We tell stories about life, about our past and future, and about what is important to us. These shared stories help large numbers of people cooperate and work towards common goals, like building a town or starting a company. Boredom, by pushing us to find meaning, can also make us seek out these shared connections and stories with others. Therefore, boredom is more than just a bad feeling we want to stop. It is a key biological signal. It tells us to seek change and find meaning. It drives human creativity and helps us cooperate through shared ideas and stories. It is an important part of the human experience, pushing us to live lives with more purpose and engagement. It is a signal to look for something more fulfilling in our time. 4. Boredom long ago. Life in the past was often hard, but people experienced it differently. In old societies like those hundreds of years ago, most people lived by farming or similar work. Their lives were often very busy. Think about a farmer living 500 years ago. His life was a cycle of seasons and tasks. He worked hard every day to grow food for his family. If he did not work, his family would suffer. This constant, important work filled his time. It also gave his life a very clear purpose. This purpose was not something he had to find, it was built into his life. Meaning came directly from taking care of his family, from his place in his community, and from his religion, which explained the world and his role in it. His life had inherent meaning. While life was certainly difficult and dangerous in many ways, this farmer likely did not have much time or opportunity to feel bored. Boredom, in a sense, was more of a feeling for the few who did not have their time and purpose so clearly defined. This included rich people, like aristocrats, who had servants and less need for daily labor. It also included monks who lived in monasteries and had time for contemplation. These were some of the rare groups who might experience extended periods with less to do in a structured way. Monks even developed a term for a feeling similar to boredom. They called it acedia. They saw it as a spiritual problem, sometimes named the noonday demon. Acedia was described as a lack of motivation or a weariness with spiritual duties, a desire to escape the present or a hunger for something different. A big change happened later, starting around the 1600s in places like Europe. More people left the countryside and moved to cities to find work. Many found jobs in new factories. Factory work was often repetitive. People did the same small task over and over. This kind of work was very different from farming or craft work, which often had a clearer end product and connection to life's needs. Factory jobs could feel less meaningful than the work people did before. This change, along with people living closer together in cities but maybe feeling less connected than in small villages, meant that more and more people started to feel bored. The feeling of boredom became much more common across society. Because so many people felt it, there was a need for a word to describe this specific emotion. Words for boredom in many languages began to appear in the 17th and 18th centuries. For example, the use of the verb to bore in English started becoming popular in the late 1700s. The feeling of boredom was no longer just for a small group. It became a common human experience in the modern world. 5. Boredom today. Life today is very different from how it was long ago. In the past, like 500 years ago, most people were farmers. Their lives were hard, but they had strong meaning from their way of life. Family, strong communities, and often religion gave them a clear path and purpose. They did not have much free time for boredom. In our road trip idea, their purpose tank was often full because meaning came to them naturally from their culture and duties. Life had a built-in map and fuel. But now, for many of us, things are not like that. We live in a modern world. Donald Trump is the current president of the US, and this is real. We have moved away from many old traditions. Many of us do not have the same strong ties to religion or close-knit communities that gave a clear sense of belonging and purpose. This means we have fewer automatic sources of meaning. Our meaning tank does not fill up just by following a set path. This change gives us great freedom. We have many choices for how to live. We can choose our work, our friends, our beliefs, and how we spend our time. We get to determine our own way. This freedom to create our own meaning is wonderful, but it is also a challenge. It means we must actively work to find and build our sense of purpose. It requires effort. At the same time, modern life affects our attention in a big way. Our world is full of constant information, quick updates, and entertaining content. These things pull our attention fast from one to another. Our minds get used to quick changes. It can be hard to keep our attention steady on one thing for a long time, especially things that require focus and effort. This weakens our headlights in the road trip idea, making it hard to shine our attention on meaningful activities. So, in our modern world, our life's car often stalls. We have less automatic meaning fuel because we must find it ourselves, and our attention headlights are weak, making it hard to see the road of purpose. Our expectations for life are also high. We want constant meaning and have little patience for emptiness. When the fuel is low and attention is scattered, we feel bored. When we feel bored, it is uncomfortable, a signal of low meaning fuel. But this feeling is not always bad. Boredom can be a positive force. It can be a sign from inside us that our life needs more purpose or direction. It pushes us to think about what is truly important. It can make us look for new ways to live, to be creative, and to find what fills our tank. So the boredom we feel today can actually be a tool to help us live a better, more purposeful life if we learn to listen to it. 6. Our choices when bored. When your brain is bored, something interesting happens inside. A special network of brain areas becomes very active. This network is linked to thinking about big things, like remembering your past life or imagining your future. It helps you think broadly and make connections between different ideas. However, at the same time, it often makes it hard to focus strongly on one specific task right in front of you. It's like your brain's headlights are shining widely but not pointing sharply at the road ahead. When you feel this bored state, you have choices about how to respond. Experts talk about 3 main ways people react when boredom hits. The first way is sometimes called a destructive response. This is when you look for a strong feeling or sensation to stop the boredom by doing negative things. You might feel a need to cause trouble or be aggressive. This could mean saying hurtful things to people, perhaps online, or doing things that bother others just to get a reaction. In some cases, people might even do something that harms themselves slightly, seeking a physical feeling to distract from the mental discomfort of boredom. This path gives a quick burst of energy or a feeling of purpose for a moment, but it is harmful and not a real solution. Ancient ideas sometimes linked this negative response from boredom to a kind of demon because it could lead to bad actions. The second way is a constructive response. This path is usually more difficult at the start, but it leads to better results. Imagine your bored mind as a car that has run out of fuel and stopped. Instead of sitting there stuck or driving down a bad road, you can choose to get out and push the car. This means you make a deliberate effort to start doing something meaningful or productive, even if you have very low energy and little desire to do anything. You might decide to go for a walk, begin working on a creative project, practice a skill, or read a book. Starting feels hard because your ability to focus is low and you lack motivation. But by making the effort, by pushing yourself to begin the activity, you slowly bring your attention back. Your sense of purpose starts to return. This effort of pushing through boredom is like building a mental muscle. Each time you choose the constructive path instead of avoiding the feeling, you become stronger. You build resilience. And because the bored brain is already thinking broadly and making connections, the default mode network, starting a constructive activity like creating something can turn those wide thoughts into new ideas. Boredom, in this way, can actually help you be more creative. When you push yourself to draw, write, compose music, or solve a problem, you are using that internal state to explore new possibilities and see new paths for your life journey. Some cultures and traditions throughout history have recognized the value of quiet, empty time. They have developed concepts around allowing oneself to simply be, sometimes translated as the sweetness of doing nothing, or practices focused on intentionally doing nothing. These ideas suggest that not filling every moment with activity or distraction can be beneficial. It provides important space for deep thought, self-reflection, and the natural emergence of new insights or a clearer sense of purpose. Boredom is not just an empty or unpleasant feeling. It can be a powerful signal and an opportunity for personal growth if you choose to respond in a constructive way. 7. Phones and boredom. Modern life brings more boredom for a few reasons. First, finding meaning is harder now. People don't have life goals set for them like long ago. They need to find their own path. Second, technology like phones plays a big part. When we feel bored, there is a third way we often react. It is different from doing something negative or doing something hard but good. This third way is using our phones or watching digital media. It gives us quick relief. We feel less bored for a moment. Think about the car idea again. When you are bored, the car stops. Using your phone is like turning on cruise control. The car starts moving, but you are not really driving. You are not choosing where to go. Your attention goes to the phone, not to finding a new direction for your life. This gives you a small feeling of moving, a little bit of meaning or fun. But it stops you from doing the harder work. It stops you from thinking deeply about what you want or need. It stops the natural process where boredom can help you look for real meaning. Experts see a problem with using phones as the main way to fix boredom. They are finding that using digital media a lot might not make boredom go away. It can actually make you feel more bored over time. It is like the quick fix creates a bigger problem later. This can become a circle that is hard to break. You feel bored, so you use your phone. Using your phone makes you more likely to feel bored again soon, so you use your phone more. This cycle stops your mind from using boredom as a signal to find deeper purpose or be creative. It messes with the natural way our minds work when we are bored. 8. Living with boredom. Boredom can feel bad, but we can learn to live with it in helpful ways. It doesn't have to stop us or make us feel lost. There are simple, practical things we can do to manage this feeling and use it well. First, try to notice when you feel bored. Just see the feeling without thinking it is wrong or bad. This is like just watching your thoughts without judgment. It is a simple skill called mindfulness. You just look at the feeling for a moment, maybe for 60 seconds. Second, try to accept the boredom. Tell yourself that maybe this feeling is okay and normal. It is a natural part of life. It can be a signal, a helpful message from your mind. It might tell you that you need a change or something new. Accepting it is more helpful than trying hard to make it disappear quickly. Third, do things with other people. Connecting with friends or family helps us feel less alone and builds relationships. This gives life meaning and purpose. You can meet people, go to local events, or help others. Doing good for others is a strong way to feel purpose and fight boredom. Fourth, use the time to be creative. When you are bored, your mind can think in new ways. Try making something. You can cook, draw, write a story, or try some music. It does not have to be perfect or shown to anyone. Just making something new can feel good and give you meaning. Boredom can push you to create. Fifth, find new things to be curious about. Try to learn about something you do not know yet. Read about a new topic online or watch a video. When you are curious, your mind is busy and finds interest easily. Finding things you like to learn about can fill your time happily and give you a sense of discovery. Sixth, go outside and connect with nature. Spend time in a park, walk by a river, or just sit outside. Being outside can help you feel calmer and see things differently. It can refresh your mind. You can combine this with other tips, like walking with a friend or trying to draw a tree. These are simple but powerful ways to think about boredom and use it for good. Boredom is not just an empty space. It can be a chance to find new paths, discover new interests, and learn about yourself. Managing boredom is a skill you can learn. Like any skill, you get better by practicing these things often. It helps you build a more interesting and meaningful life. What do you do when you feel bored?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.